Our tale begins in the late 19th century, a time of tension and transformation. The world was changing rapidly, and with it, the balance of power. Across the Atlantic, a tense relationship was brewing between the mighty Spain and the rising United States. The simmering pot of discord centered around the Spanish colony of Cuba, where a fervent fight for independence was underway. The United States, with its growing global ambitions, was keenly interested in the outcome. Meanwhile, Spain, clutching onto the last vestiges of its once vast colonial empire, was desperate to maintain control over Cuba. Amidst this geopolitical chess game, a new player emerged: yellow journalism. Sensationalist news stories, often greatly exaggerated or outright fabricated, played into the tensions, stirring American public opinion against Spain. With the mysterious explosion of the USS Maine in Havana Harbor, a spark was lit. The stage was set, the actors in place, and the world waited with bated breath. The prelude to war had begun. As the smoke cleared from the wreckage of the Maine, America declared war on Spain, marking the beginning of the Spanish-American War. Our story unfolds in the early morning hours of May 1st, 1898, at Manila Bay in the Philippines. Here, the U.S. Navy, under the command of Commodore George Dewey, engaged the Spanish Pacific Fleet in a significant battle that would set the tone for the war. Dewey's fleet, armed with modern steel warships, completely annihilated the Spanish Armada, marking a decisive victory for the United States. The war then shifted to the Caribbean, with a series of land and naval battles taking place in Cuba. Among the most notable were the actions of the Rough Riders, a volunteer cavalry regiment led by future President Theodore Roosevelt. Their famous charge up San Juan Hill, despite being outnumbered and outgunned, showcased their tenacity and courage, becoming a symbol of American resolve. Key strategic decisions also played a crucial role in shaping the course of the war. The United States imposed a naval blockade on Cuba, effectively cutting off Spanish reinforcements and supplies. This move, coupled with the U.S. Navy's dominance at sea, put significant pressure on the Spanish forces and tipped the scales in favor of the Americans. New technologies, too, had a hand in the unfolding war. The telegraph, for instance, allowed for rapid communication between the home front and the battlefields. This meant that strategic decisions could be made and executed in real time, providing a distinct advantage to the side that wielded it effectively. And let's not forget the role of the modern steel warships. These mechanical leviathans, armed to the teeth with the latest artillery, were a testament to the industrial might of the United States and played a pivotal role in both the Battle of Manila Bay and the blockade of Cuba. This short but impactful war ended with the Treaty of Paris, signed on December 10, 1898. The Spanish-American War, though brief, was a turning point in the history of both nations, and its echoes can still be heard today. In the aftermath of the war, the world map was redrawn. The Treaty of Paris, signed in December 1898, put an official end to the Spanish-American War. Under its terms, Spain ceded Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines to the United States, marking a significant shift in global power dynamics. Spain's New World Empire, once a titan of colonial might, crumbled. The sun had set on their colonial dominance, and in its place, a new power was rising: the United States. The war marked the country's emergence on the global stage, not just as a youthful democracy, but as a formidable force to be reckoned with. The Spanish-American War, though brief, had lasting ramifications. It reshaped the landscape of international relations, setting the stage for the geopolitical struggles that would define the 20th century. The Spanish-American War, brief as it was, forever altered the course of history, setting the stage for the geopolitical struggles of the 20th century.